Took me a little while to get this second video up. Just kept messing up and messing up. Situational awareness for people walking or in those transitional spaces. How do you know if you're being followed? How do you know if you're potentially being targeted for something? So the first thing we want to do is learn how to do a hasty evaluation of an area to determine the baseline. What is the baseline? You're going to hear me say that quite often throughout this quick video. You're going to establish a baseline. What seems normal? What type of area is it? Is this a calm, middle class Wawa where people are just kind of strolling in to get their coffee? Or is this rush hour where everybody's kind of running around? Is it an airport right next to that TSA line where people are a little bit nervous? Is it a kids football game or a sporting event, basketball event where people are chill and there may be periodic yelling and booing and screaming and so forth? So you want to establish that baseline. Now, what are the scary places that we're talking about? You know, those parking garages, parking lots, those transitional spaces. So we're really going to narrow it down to determine, okay, somebody's normally going to be walking from their car to the store, or from the store to their car, or from the car to the building, or building to their car. If they're deviating from that, that should be an anomaly. That's outside of the baseline. If they're not going straight there and straight back, where are they going? Why did they suddenly make a left or a right? It's not necessary, right? Unless one of two things. They lost their car and they're looking for it. And then you're going to immediately be able to figure that out because you've seen that look before. You've seen the look before of somebody who lost their car. If they're looking at you or if they're looking around looking for witnesses, that's not the same way as looking for your car. There's two different things. So you're going to pick up on that. Trust your senses to tell you when something's outside of the baseline, which we call an anomaly. And then we want to interrogate that anomaly. Okay, this thing caught my attention. This thing looked out of the ordinary. Why? What is it? What could be happening? And now we're starting to put our plan in. How far away am I from my car? Am I by myself? Am I with my children? Am I with my significant other? Do I want to alert them? Do I want to get on the phone and call 911? Do I want to run to my office, the store, or some other safe place that's in between? So as soon as we get to that transitional space, we want to start to look around and figure out, okay, run, hide, fight. If I have to do that, what is my run? Where am I going to go to? If I have to hide, shelter in place, take safety, where am I going to do that? If I'm going to fight, how am I going to fight? Have I learned how to fight? Have I trained in fighting? Do I have personal weapons on me like pepper spray, a tactical pen, a taser, or lawfully concealed firearm? And see my other videos from that. So we're going to start thinking about, which weapon systems we have. Are we safe, legal, and effective with them at this time? And is it an appropriate use of force or a display to potentially de-escalate? Okay? So then the last thing is I like to throw out some bluffs. So we determine the baseline. We find an anomaly, somebody that's popped out of the baseline. We made 2 right turns. They made 2 right turns. We crossed the street. They crossed the street, or they're paralleling us, or they're keeping that same distance behind us when we're walking through a crowd, right? We've all seen this on TV. We watched, Matt Damon and Tom Cruise and all the super spies do all this kind of stuff where they look in a mirror, look in a window, pretend to take a phone call. Another good one is to hold your phone up in the air like you're going to take a selfie and you're actually looking at that screen to see who's behind you. Take the selfie and you have that person's picture. They know they just photobombed you by accident. And you're like, oh, all right, cool. And then you make a phone call and you talk to somebody who's trying to come pick you up. Hey, Ed, Bill, where you at? Yeah, I'm standing right here. I'm looking for your car. Yeah, I canceled the Uber, so I'm just waiting on you guys. All right, yeah, no, you'll see me. I'm right here. Now, if we practice that, now this person, you took their picture, you know they're behind you, you're on the phone and you just called 1 or 2 men to come meet you at your current location. If that person is still going to try to attack you, this is a problem that my little training in this video is not ready to solve. But that's going to make that person decide you're not an easy target. There's all kinds of people coming around, or they may think you're crazy, and either one is good for you. Nobody wants to mess with the person who's going to be a problem. They want an easy, soft target that they can realistically win. So let's just recap. Everywhere we go, we're going to get used to establishing that baseline, doing a hasty check of the area, seeing what type of environment this is. Is this chaotic? Is it safe? Is it calm? Is it normal? And then we're going to just go about our day, enjoy our day, but we're still, especially when we get to those transitional spaces, when we leave the relative safety of Whole Foods and we have to go through the parking lot at 6 o'clock at night when it's dark now, to that unknown area until we get in our car, doors locked and we're moving, is back when we're in relative safety again, right? So in that safe space, first we're planning our run, hide, fight, and then once we get to our next safe place, we're evaluating how we did. This is how we learn it. This is how we make it first nature. And then finally, we'll go to our secondary safe space and then start pre-planning the next one. Okay, I'm going to this mall, this store, this gas station, or home, and we want to make sure that people aren't following us. Check my videos. You'll see I got videos of how to determine if you're being followed, how to lose a tail and make it look like you're not trying to lose a tail, how to lose a tail if you want them to know you're trying to lose a tail. Just been Safetyman. My goal is always to keep you safe, legal, and effective and make you feel good about your force choice. Stay safe, be ready, trade now.